Okay, guys, can you see the title card for the presentation? It's funny. I've lost. Where are you Where are you Sorry, I've seemed lost the chat. Bear with me about that. Okay, great. So it's 102. I'm sorry for the slight delay. Trying to make sure that I got everything uh pretty set up for you guys. I won't be able to give you the PowerPoint. I actually might be able to send you guys a PDF of this. I'm actually using Google the Slides for this. It's the first time I'm using it, so I wanted to see exactly how to really kind of test out new ways to present stuff. Uh, so if it's, we'll see how that actually goes. I always like testing out and just trying new tactics, approaches, new programs and stuff like that. So I hope this doesn't just crash and burn at me during this presentation. So the title of so I guess we'll get started. The title is How to Successfully Launch a and something we really, basically focus here on authorship, and essentially it's really kind of just to help you guys understand the process involved to take your book from the beginning concept of actually publishing it and then have your audience promote that for you. So you're not so relying on your own resources, you're relying on the resources available to you through the people who are you're trying to reach. Actually, how to transform them into, the people who are going to promote your items. So our chat today is how to create and deploy your brand's platform, how to leverage social media to build exposure, and actually how to use the framework to attract, convert, and engage your readers. You also learn how to turn those readers into your most valuable asset. And from there, we'll also be talking about how to get your book ranked higher on Amazon. So how all those points actually help you build your reach through Amazon, and how it is influenced through Barnes and Noble and their Smashwords and stuff like that. All that really kind of ties together. So if you know, so basically, if you're in the right place, if you're actually looking to sell more of your books, the books that you're promoting, and you're also going to be in the right place, essentially, if you're trying to reach the readers who are actually going to be loving your writing, the stuff that you put into your printing, your publishing, the stuff that you're releasing, and you're in the right place if you actually want to get your readers to the people who you see as your ideal reader. And if you want to know how the best way to promote your books, yourself, your brand, your store, your social media, this is what the call is for. The call is for you, and how you can actually market your books when you're on a tight budget. Not everybody has a huge, massive sources of funds to promote their book, and I don't think everybody needs to spend thousands to actually promote their book through social media. There's definitely lots of channels. Facebook is used to be really great free resource, but slowly it's becoming something you actually have to pay for. Twitter is going the ads approach as well. Even Pinterest recently, right now, they're releasing their a platform for ads. So it's about actually how do you continue to use a resource going towards the advertising methods and really optimize your that little small platform, your channel, into something that really get your exposure to your. So author shift. What do we do? What's our goal? Our primary goal here is actually help authors get in front of their readers. So we've developed strategies, methods, and we've got some techniques that we use in the book world and also just a regular internet marketing. Independent marketers, the tactic that they're using, we're actually imparting onto the authors we work with. And our experience is drawn from nearly 20 years of collective know-how in book buying, book selling, printing and publishing, and actually the promotion and marketing of titles and authors, going into the bookstores, working with the small community relations manager, the small independent bookstores, actually developing and promoting and branding an author through book signings, book talks, book discussions, meet and greets with other authors and fans. Oops, I'm actually supposed to have a schematic that I didn't put in there. Sorry. But authorship, we actually began with one simple question. This was, we were approached by a person, I remember her name was Judy. Actually, this is one of the people that really helped us spark the connection with the current resources we actually had into something that turned into authorship. Was she actually asked us, how does an author get her books in front of their readers? This is such a great question. Actually prompted us to really investigate this further for the independent authors, self-published, indie authors who are going the self-published route but just don't understand really kind of the bare bones of what it takes to get their books and their materials in front of the right people. So from that day, we've worked to hone our knowledge with hundreds of authors who are sincere with making their books, actually getting their book out there properly through marketing, through the writing. And what does this actually mean for you? We put in thousands of hours of testing and perfecting book promotions. The best practices that normally everyone thinks they're the great ones, but we're actually testing them, putting them to the grinder, and seeing which ones actually produce their best results and which ones just aren't really that. We've also developed strategies to increase exposure with organic search engine results. So if you've ever heard of SERPs, which is search engine, it really relies on SEO, search engine optimization. That's really kind of what we've focused on, and how to get a blog actually with the right tactics used for basically just how to. There's certain ways to do that, and usually they're the wrong ways. You get 1,000 visitors to your page a day in like a week. Those are the wrong tactics. Those are the ones that aren't going to be lasting for your results. So we're using the white hat approach, which is organically developing the right reach and the right people to connect with, so you get the bigger amount of traffic and you get search engines like Google promoting you, trusting your page and your brand and your website, and like Bing and Yahoo as well. All those search engines are trusting your site, and you're not relying on the kind of the nasty and bad habits that like the little lows and the hacks that you can take advantage of. Those aren't the right ones to be using. And we've also perfected, organized, and optimized paid traffic sources. And from there, we've actually developed the skills that you really use those for social networking as well. So that one question left us with a big bag of tricks with things that actually work, and everything else that didn't work, we threw out. And because we listen to our authors, we can answer the biggest questions, and the questions that they usually come to us with, and usually they're asking us, how do I use social media to sell more books? Actually, how do I reach more people with my Facebook page? How do I optimize my posts? How do I get more book reviews? How do I get noticed by people, the right people, the fans who are going to love your work? And how do you grow and engage your audience? And how do you actually spend less time on promotions so you're actually focusing more on your writing? Well, this starts with connecting with the right people, and we're actually showing you to do that. And enter in actually a program we're just releasing. It's LaunchRight. It's actually all the combination of everything we've been working on for the past years is building up to this, and it's actually showing our authors how to build a dynamic one. Our goal is, now this product isn't even out yet, and it's just something we were releasing this past week. We've really just brainstormed on it. Our goal is to have it available by the end of next month, but there'll be video templates, modules for authors showing exactly what email sequences to follow on. When you actually have somebody joining your newsletter, how to optimize your website, so you get the big amount of return on people who actually show up, getting them, funneling them onto your newsletter, actually sending them over to Amazon to buy your book, or Barnes & Noble, all the different resources available. Actually, best optimized way to funnel your traffic from, let's say, Facebook or from Twitter to your website, to your newsletter, to whatever page you want to go on, and actually how to build and engage them so they're more likely to eventually buy your book, or they're most likely to, leave a blog comment, or leave, share one of your posts on Facebook, retweet you on Twitter. And actually, what we've done as well, guys, this is actually what we're excited about, is that we're going to be creating a community of authors, so you can actually learn what's working today, the marketing, the practices of what other authors are doing, and take from that and really kind of grow your own platform from the tactics and the methods that they're using as well, and actually build partnerships with other. And that's actually key, because how do you get seen on other blogs? How do you get seen on other websites? How do you get fans from other authors who are similar to you back, to view you, to join you? That's what this community is for. And we're going to be holding monthly group calls, so it's not just so much one-on-one. This is what we think you should be. It's actually you're sharing with everybody else your progress, your shortcomings, what they may be, what they could be, and any new ideas that you have just kind of stumbled upon, and you present to the group, so everybody is learning together. So with LaunchRight, this is one of the reasons why we believe this is such an amazing investment, because it gives you such a awesome opportunity. There's a simple fact that we want to share with you. Believe it or not, book promoting really hasn't changed all that much in the past 100 years. And one of my favorite stories is this, we have to do a little bit of time traveling. We have to go back 94 years in the past. The date is March 26th, 1920. That's, that was just basically last month. And it has to do with F. Scott Fitzgerald and his release of his first book, This Side of Paradise. At that point, Fitzgerald was in America's spotlight. He kind of really came from a small-time author. He was, a lot of his short stories, never had a book. Really kind of, his books was continuing to be turned down by Scribners. So how did he go from such a big success to such a small success to such a big success in a relatively short amount of time? Because his stories were featured in some high-profile magazines. The Smart Set, Metropolitan, Saturday Evening Post, for example. These are all his short stories are featured in there. And a lot of them were actually repurposed and reimagined ideas that were featured in other publications before Scribner's ever accepted his novel. So how does it relate to you today? Well, authors like Junot Diaz, Tim Ferriss, Chuck Palahniuk, Yale James, Seth Godin, these are just some of the best-selling authors around that understand the power of being featured in the right place in the right time, and what that can mean to a book launch. And the only really big difference between 1920 and 2014 for today is magazines aren't the vehicle to get seen by readers. But what is? What is the vehicle? Basically, it's you want to get exposure in our ever-connected world. Blogs are definitely the way to go, and they're the greatest, and they offer the greatest return to an author. You can't just be featured on any blog. As in Fitzgerald's case, the author must be spotlighted and seen by a high number of readers, and they have to be engaged people who are reading that blog. However, there's more to just book promotion than scoring guest posts and interviews on a high traffic blog. There's tons more. And to give yourself the greatest boost possible on a blog, you must rely on your own platform. And this is actually such a big discussion point on its own. But what this really means is you have to get your fans involved. And how do you really do that? It's actually to support your audience that will actually help you build momentum. So that's what your platform does. It's going to, essentially, you're taking a small portion of your audience and you're going to get them to promote your books for you. And your fans, your diehard fans, your greatest fans, the people who are commenting and liking and sharing and leaving, blog comments and engaging with you, replying back to emails. These are your advocates. They're ambassadors. They're the avatars to your brand. It's your tribe of readers who will help you get the initial reviews that you need on Amazon to rank higher. Your tribe of readers will actually spread the word for you. You know what? There's no better marketing than that. It's the strongest form of advertising there. It's the word of mouth. You can't get anything better than somebody recommending your books to somebody else, to a stranger. And when your tribe recommends your books to everybody they know, you think you really need to spend thousands of dollars in marketing? Of course you don't. But you have to know how to leverage the people on your newsletter, your Facebook, your Twitter follower, people who are, they're pinning your images on Pinterest. And so are you prepared to create, nurture, engage your audience? That's a really big, important question. You have to answer yourself. How are you on this call? Are you ready for that? And that's why we're launching Right, Launch Right. It's really kind of to help you, give you the tools necessary to really do that. And today I'm going to go a little bit more into what that is as well. But one of the things we're going to do, it is for sale. We're taking pre-orders today, and we're going to offer one free lifetime access to the program. We're going to give away, and we're also going to give away a $40 Amazon gift card. So whoever purchases it today, who pre-orders today, like I said, it's not going to be available until May 30th. And we're taking pre-orders, and we're actually going to sell this for such a discounted price because we don't actually have anything to really give you today. But for anybody who's an early bird, a supporter of this, we're going to give away a free lifetime access to this program, $40 Amazon gift card. But we're going to get more into what is a platform. What does your platform mean? So we've already discussed that it's your fans. But exactly what is it? More of it is it than just the people who are reading you, who have your book in your hand? Essentially, the platform is the real estate you own online. It's not one that you're borrowing. Your website, the one that you own that's hosted on your own servers, that's your platform. Your newsletter is your platform. It's not one that you're borrowing. Facebook, your page on Facebook, that's owned by Facebook. That's Facebook's property. It doesn't belong to you. Twitter, your account doesn't belong to you. That's Twitter's account. If they want to ban you, they want to take it away from you, they're free to do that. And all the resource and all the time and effort you put into that account, that's eventually, unfortunately, would be just kind of, gone in a flash. So you have to own your own platform. So it's like I said, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, these are all platforms that you don't own. They're channels to your platform. They should be streaming traffic back to your platform from them. And also WordPress.com, Blogger, Wix. These are sites that you can put up for free. You can say that's my author website, but actually it doesn't belong to you. What happens if Wix were to go down, if they were going to business? What happens to your website there? Or WordPress? I don't think anything would have happened to WordPress or even Blogger. We know they have ads on there that don't be kind of you, and people can actually be diverted away from your website to buy another product or go to another website. All the advertising on there is not yours. It's not under your control. So True Platforms actually, it's your website, it's your newsletter. Those are the two main things you need online, and those are yours, and nobody can actually take those away from you. So let's say you're actually starting from scratch. You're going to build your audience from scratch, or you actually have an audience and you want to, and you're just not getting the right engagement, or maybe you targeted the right people in the beginning. Actually, how do you do that? How do you really start over from kind of nothing? And like I said a little bit early, you'd start by driving the people, the channels you own. So from Facebook, you would channel and divert those people, your fans, to your website. And that's a very easy process. You can use a Facebook tab on your page to do that when somebody like your page. It can be automatically sent to tabs saying, "Here's my newsletter. Please sign up. I got a book coming out. Please, take advantage of the opportunity to learn more." Comes out, or you can just have them really kind of clicking back to your website. In the beginning, what we do to attract the right readers, I've shared this with a lot of people already, so some of you on the call actually may recognize this. It's the empathy map that I send out to my new client calls. And this actually gives you a better understanding of who you see in your head as your ideal. So you're basically pinpointing, you're seeing their feeling, saying what they do, what they're thinking, what really kind of more behavioral stuff as well, so you can get a better understanding who you want to target. And this would just be the beginning of your targeting phase, and tracking the right reach to your brand. An example of a profile is who are they currently reading? Who are the authors they've read in the past? Who are they reading now? Love? Are they a fan of fiction, or do they love nonfiction? What are they? What kind of reading do they prefer? What types of genres do they prefer? Do they prefer romance? Is it sci-fi? Is it a combination of sci-fi, maybe a little bit of horror mixed into that? The tone that they prefer, is it darker, or are there lighter stories? And are they adult, are they a young reader, or are they a parent looking for a good book for the child? So all that, the empathy map really kind of helps you determine who you should initially be targeting, and then move on from there with a profile that you understand. This information is what will help you with pinpoint and leverage and launch right. And it's really kind of all the combination of that into that one product really kind of help you grow and foster your brand. And so what do? You actually reach out to the people. Once you profile them, you have to reach out to them, you have to target them, and you have to give a reason for them to actually like you and follow and join your newsletter. And all you really need to do to get that to happen is you have to ask them one question. And one of the best questions we've ever come across is asking them simply, it could be, in this case, if they're a fan of Stephen King, so are you a horror fan? Do you like horror? Or if you're a mystery writer, you ask them, do you like mysteries? It's really kind of a one simple question. It just opens the door. Get your foot in the door, and the opportunity to, if somebody's yes, that's such a great, how do you get more than that? That's such a great opportunity for you, because they're basically telling you, yes, I am a horror fan. And this same method can actually be used and applied to Twitter, to Goodreads, and any of the other places your readers happen to be on. You need to target them on the platform that they're on. So what do you actually do once you have your audience's attention? From there, it's actually pretty simple, and you just start engaging with them. You're leaving them calm, figuring out what they like to see, what they like to read, what do they want you to share with them. Do they love that you share your Twitter account? Are you a little bit humorous, funny there? Not so much. Maybe your tone is a little darker in your writing. You're changing it up. You're giving them something that they'll really, really enjoy. And from then, you actually just build trust. You're not always selling to them. You're not always pitching to them. But there will be a time when you do need to sell your books. It's not all the time, because nobody's going to trust somebody who's always saying to them. So, but there will be the time where you actually need to sell, and it's not. It may just be a little bit here and there. But the last thing you need to ask, and what does that mean? What are we going to ask them? What are we asking of them to do? We're asking them for their support. And to do that, it just takes one email. Just one simple email. It's not even a complicated one. Now I'm going to actually give you an example. It says, "Hi, Stephen. I want to let you know how much I appreciate that you've read my last book. The reason I'm emailing you today is I need your help with something. My next book, which could be any title you have, your insert your title here, is being released in the next month, and I'm looking to give away a copy to only a small group of my fans for free. All I ask in exchange is for an honest review of the book and for you to tell everyone you know about it. This will help the book out. Actually, no, this will help to get the book ranked better in Amazon and result in stronger sales. Let me know if you're interested. Your signature." Now, breaking down the email, it's essentially what we're doing here is we're telling them we appreciate them. We really love that they're our fans, they're our followers. We're only going to be sending out this email to a certain number of people. And we're telling them exactly what we need from them. Basically, we're looking for reviews, honest reviews. We don't want anything that's stilted, or you don't want all 5-star reviews, because stumbles on that. When they see somebody who has 5-star reviews and no 3s or maybe 4s, it just seems like, how can everybody find this book to be the greatest book ever? And actually, a lot of people, you'll actually lose sales. People drift away from the page because they may not believe them. So reviews offer great social proof, but they have to be honest reviews. So you have a spectrum of them. Of course, 1s and 2s are, nobody wants 1s and 2 stars. But where someone's getting is a 3 or a 4, that actually gives your book more merit, and it's more trustworthy that way. And really going to go back to the email, when you're telling them what they need from them, that you're not hiding anything. It's not this. You're not saying, here, review my book. You're telling them the reason why they need their help. And that actually, they'll step up. You'll be surprised how many people actually step up. But now you're only going to send this to the most engaged fans. You're not going to send this a blanket broadcast to everybody who's on your newsletter, or really kind of just hit up everybody who's just said hi to you. You're not going to do that. You may send this out to the most engaged fans. And like just what I referenced over the email, you want to explain the what, the why, and the how of what them helping you actually mean. What does that entail? You can always further reward them with more than just a free copy of the book later on, but in the beginning, you really just want to keep it simple. You just want to keep it, you don't want to complicate things. So we're going to go into why LaunchRight. Why do we have this program coming out? Why do you think it's such an important tool for you? Because LaunchRight will actually teach you the ways to build an audience, how to target the right people, discover the best practices and methods to engage your specific audience, how to use email follow-up sequences to spark conversations. So you're developing a rapport with the audience, and actually how to turn your biggest fans into your biggest supporters. With LaunchRight, will help you use social media to sell more books, optimize your reach for Facebook posts, get more reviews, get noticed by people, grow and engage your audience, spend less time on promotion, and actually start connecting with the right people. So with Launch Right, are you prepared to grow, nurture, and engage your audience? I think you are. I think you're on the call because you do believe that something will actually help you out to further your brand, to further your book sales, to strengthen and solidify what all the time and effort you put in, this blood, sweat, and tears, into something more meaningful. Like I said, the doors open for Launch Right on May 30th, and actually it's going to be $297. That's going to be the list price, and that's the price. Our consultations are monthly. That's 99. So actually something. If you break it down monthly for an entire year, it's actually you're getting more than you could ever do with our consultation fees, or you can actually, or even more with our marketing plan that for the authors who aren't paid advertising and taking that the next. This is the spot right in between that. It's such a great resource for you guys. And we're actually offering an early bird special, which is $75 if you're interested in buying it today. And that price is only available right up to the end of this call. So if you're interested, I'll definitely let you more. I'll share with you how to get started on that. But for right now, I really kind of just want to cover, kind of go into a little bit. If you do purchase it today during this call, I will give away one free lifetime access to the program. Like I said, the program is a yearly thing. One person signing up will actually get one free lifetime access, and we're also going to give away a $40 Amazon card. So if you're interested in that, if you buy it during the call or before the end of the call, we actually will raffle that off for you guys. So if you're interested, please let us know. So now we're actually going to take a small break and grab some water. Look over the questions in the comments area, and we're going to do a Q&A, and then we'll do the drawing. Okay. Okay, guys. Thank you for the patience of just making sure that I actually got a little bit of water. Surprised how dry your mouth get when you're almost, doing what it is. You think, oh, fine. Be talking for about half hour. You realize, man, I get kind of thirsty. So if you have any questions right now, definitely leave them. I do have a page set up, but I don't exactly want to go into that right now. Really, kind of a bare bones. So if you're really interested, definitely leave me an email if you're interested in signing up for the product. I do have I do see Kate. She's interested in getting the free pre-launch offer, the $75. So I want to say, Kate, thank you very much for that. Yeah, sorry, Nick, a little breaking up there. It must be I don't know. It's just probably, I'm thinking maybe just be a little bit of the connection. Um, Hi, Nikki. Still here. Actually, right now, if you want, I actually didn't see very many questions in the comment area. So if you do, now is definitely the time to do that. I actually just right now, I just got we just jumped. So if you're actually interested in buying it right now at that $75 price, definitely you want to go to author shift, and remember that's author-shift.com and it's slash launch hyphen right. So it's authorshift.com launch right, and there's a hyphen between author shift and launch right. And actually, I'll type that in for you guys. Head on over to. So I just put the link down below in the comment area. So if you want to go over to the site right now, it's a bare bones page. It just has basically you put your first and last name in and your email, and there's a little box to check, and that actually makes sure that you're going to get your email so we can notify to the program as well. So if you click that, and then actually it takes you to a secure page where you can actually input your credit card information. Ada, actually, yes, the newsletter is separate from a blog or your website. It's there's different ways to get people onto your newsletter. You can do that directly from Facebook. You can have a separate page on your blog or your website. You can just basically link people over to that page, and you ask people to enter in their name, their email address, and they get sent up to a server. MailChimp is a great one. I recommend Aweber. I just love the resources, and the price is not it's very competitive. It's free. It depends on how many subscribers, and you actually would have to pay for more of the service. And there's also, if you're really going to get into detailed more, like targeting of your readers, programs like Infusionsoft is great. That can be real silly. So my recommendation is actually with MailChimp and or Aweber. Great resources there. Or if you're doing a blog, you can actually embed your letter submission form into the actual page, so you don't have to take them to a separate page. You can do that right above your blog post, or whatever you're sharing with your readers. You can even do that in the middle, and make sure that actually it doesn't interrupt too much of the flow of what you're actually writing about. Nikki, the email is a e-newsletter. It definitely goes through the email. That's the best way to actually engage with somebody, and you can promote that on your Facebook page as well. Just telling them this is actually I sent an email today. If you're interested in reading more, definitely sign up for my list. You'll get you get right in your inbox. You can get a weekly thing. You can do weekly. I don't recommend going longer than once a month. People just kind of lose interest at that point. And basically you can share. Keeping on Nikki's question, you can keep the people's interest about just sharing the details of your writing, the process of your writing, or your sourcing information. You can get a little bit more fun with it as well. You can actually have one of your characters kind of take over your newsletter for like that one day, and just really kind of laying into maybe dropping some Easter eggs about what's going to happen in your book. You don't want to go in tons of spoilers, but you really want to build interest. And it's something your readers are probably they're going to be engaged with. They'll be wanting to read the next newsletter you send out as well. You can always have those populated to your blog posts. So what you can do, like with Aweber, for example, you can do your newsletter and actually have that be embedded into your blog, or you can have it rework the other way. You get your blog, and that becomes your newsletter. So you don't have to really kind of two things. You can just do one thing, and it's taken together at once. Okay, I'm just looking at your question now. Anonymous, what is it, 5791? You can put anything in your newsletter, just anything you think of is interest to you, because you want to be you want to make sure that you're going to be, sending out stuff that you're interested in. You don't want to just always make it about your readers, because at the end of the day, it's your stuff and it's your image, your brand, the stories that you're telling. You're doing it in a way that you're hoping that people that you are about to really kind of respond to. Oh, you're very lucky. I'm going to take a quick water break again, so if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I'll definitely be getting I've been checking them as I step away. Okay, guys, I'm back, and make sure you can just hear me. Can you hear me? Okay. Okay, I do see people. Some people are having trouble signing into or signing up for the program. Just to make sure, is the page loading for you? Okay. Okay, good. Thank you very much. Do you have any questions on anything related to social media marketing or how to get your, your and use paid advertising or even like search engine optimization? Optimization. You guys have any questions on that? I'd love to answer them right now while you're on the call. Okay, well, I hope you guys had taken some of the information that really I presented today helped you out. If you have any questions, please do feel free to email us at authorshift.com. Uh, oh, I just got a question from Kate. But definitely, if you have any other questions, leave them in the comment below, or you can always email us at that email at authorshift.com. Uh, Kate is asking, what is the single most important advertising for my book? Really, I would be probably to get seen right away. Would be probably Facebook advertising. Really, to kind of tell you the truth. Um, that's utilized. There's definitely tons of ways to use that. Um, Again, it really goes back into the empathy map and the profile that you're setting up of your ideal reader. From there, you create a custom audience of people. Let's say, like we'll go back to a horror example. If you want to target people who read a similar title like Stephen King, you would actually plug in. You go to facebook.com/ad/manage, and I believe it's Power Editor. I believe that's the address, but you want to be using Power Editor, not the native boost, like when you're posting. Updating a feed, and you see the little post button. You don't actually want to be hitting. You want to be using Power Editor. You really kind of have to use the Chrome browser for that. But that actually gives you such a great opportunity to, when you're in the, you can target the right people. You can target the people who like Stephen King page. You can target the people who like Carrie, for example. You really kind of target those people, and then again, he's plugging in the age if you're trying to target male or female. Whoever you come across, determine who is your ideal reader. Facebook gives you the greatest opportunity. That's probably the best advertising platform to be using right now. But then, like I said, uh, Pinterest could be a very powerful one as well, and they just released the advertising platform. But I think one of the best ones that's underutilized is probably Goodreads. You can actually do the same thing from Facebook, like you're targeting Stephen King, for example. You can target everybody who likes Stephen King, or you can target people who like horror, or you target people like mystery, or just biographies and memoirs. You can target them specifically, and a lot of the advertising is actually in beta, but from what you actually achieve from that, it's such a great resource. I hope that makes sense, Kate, if that really answers your question. Nikki, your question, how do you see up a bunch of book stubs which allow readers to read the book once for you? How do I decide who to send these out to for the most optimum effect? It's the people who are on your newsletter. That's actually the easiest route. Again, you can always back to, let's say, the people who retweet your tweets on Twitter. They're repeating your images on Pinterest, or like they're sharing, liking, commenting, or even clicking the links that you are posting on Facebook. You can directly engage with those people. So those would be the people you would really kind of approach first. Let's say you have about 100 people on your newsletter, just throwing out a small number out there. You would only really kind of hope to kind of target or ask that small bit of your platform to really be the ones to ask for reviews, to be the ones to promote you. So let's say you're going after 20 people. Now you're probably expecting half of those people would actually fall through once you had the book. You want to make sure you're going to give them a kind of time frame as well. If you just say, here, please read the book in exchange for an honest review, and you really kind of promoting it for me, you have to give them a deadline. Let's say maybe it's like 2 weeks. You say, here's 2 weeks to read the book, and from there review them. Leave me a review. You can leave the reviews on Amazon, leading up to the release of your book. So that's an interesting way to actually generate the review early on. You want any reviews early on as possible, because that's one of the ways Amazon starts ranking your books. There's tons of different ways, and they use an advanced algorithm to actually get your books up there. Nobody really knows exactly what the specific the special sauce is to getting the books higher. But a lot of it does involve the reviews and actually getting a sudden boost in sales. So you want to focus on getting those as much as possible. And the book stubs, kind of going back to the reference, I would give the whole copy away if you were to go mainly with Amazon. You go to ADP, and then you're really locked into that book only being available on Amazon. Early on, I would give yourself the opportunity to get featured elsewhere as well, and so you can actually give your book away. So it's not solely through Amazon. Okay, so it's about 1:59, just heading into 2 p.m. here in my sunny Los Angeles home. Uh, Actually, it's kind of a little bit too warm for me outside. I think they said it was about 81 degrees out. A little too warm for me. I hope that it doesn't really make you guys envious if you have a little bit of cold weather. But we're going to start ending of this call. If anybody has any more questions, please let me know. Okay, so it just hit 2 p.m. here. I'm going to end this call now, but I really want to thank you for really kind of taking the time out of your day to spend on the call. And if you have any other questions, feel free to email us at email, which is email@authorshift.com. And for the people who bought the product, I will be doing that raffle, and I will be contacting you through email about the free lifetime access to the program, the early bird special, as well as that free $40 Amazon gift card we're raffling off as well. So we'll let you guys know if you're the winner or not, and if you have anything else, like I said, please feel free to email us. All right. Thank you. Definitely appreciate you being on the call.